Wen-je announces reforms amid accounting allegations. Taroko Express hits rock. Boy charged after investigation. CCP's new security measures stir fear among Taiwanese residents, prompting exodus concerns. Thaksin's 37-year-old daughter becomes new leader of Thailand. X closing its operations in Brazil, effective immediately. Fire erupts at London's Somerset House. Nearly 68 million suffering from drought in southern Africa. World's oldest first-time panda mom gives birth to twins.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Monday, August 19th, and here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan news, People's Party Chairman Wen-je is embroiled in allegations of false accounting. On August 18th, he announced 4 party reforms, including the establishment of a financial supervisory committee, a long-term legal team, a response team, and a post-crisis team. The post-crisis team will be held by People's Party legislator Huang Shan. Yesterday, Taiwan Railway's Taroko Express train number 402 appeared to have hit a rock between Dongli and Dongzhou. After a detailed inspection, it was found that only the auxiliary obstacle removal device was misaligned, with no other damage. The train remained at the scene for 9 minutes before continuing its journey. Upon investigation, it was discovered that an underage boy had placed the rock on the tracks. The case has been referred to juvenile court. Since July, the Chinese Communist Party has expanded national security measures under the guise of counter-espionage, allowing inspections of personal electronic devices. The CCP also introduced the 22 anti-Taiwan independence opinions, threatening the death penalty for pro-Taiwan independence activities. These actions have sparked fear among Taiwanese residents in China, who worry about wrongful accusations and imprisonment, leading many to express a desire to leave the country. Political neophyte Pattanathon Shinawatra won the backing of parliament to become Thailand's youngest prime minister on Friday, just a day after she was thrust into the spotlight amid an unrelenting power struggle amid warring elites. The 37-year-old daughter of divisive political heavyweight Thaksin passed the required threshold of 51% of votes and now faces a baptism of fire, just 2 days after her ally Shrata Thaksin was dismissed as premier by a judiciary central to Thailand's 2 decades of intermittent turmoil.
At stake for Pattanathon could be the legacy and political future of the billionaire Shinawatra family, whose once unstoppable populist juggernaut suffered its first election defeat in over 2 decades last year and had to strike a deal with its bitter enemies in the military to form a government. Pattanathon will immediately face challenges on multiple fronts, with the economy floundering and the popularity of her Pheu Thai party dwindling, having yet to deliver on its flagship cash handout program worth $14.25 billion. Pattanathon has never served in government and will become Thailand's 2nd female prime minister and the 3rd Shinawatra to take the top job, following her aunt Yingluck and her 75-year-old father, Thaksin.
Media platform X said on Saturday it would close its operations in Brazil effective immediately due to what it called censorship orders by Brazilian Judge Alexandre de Moraes. Elon Musk claims Moraes secretly threatened one of the company's legal representatives in the South American country with arrest if it did not comply with legal orders to take down some content from its platform. The social media giant published pictures of a document allegedly signed by Moraes, which states that a daily fine of $3,653 and an arrest decree would be imposed against X's representative if the platform did not fully comply with Moraes' orders.
Brazil's Supreme Court, where Moraes has a seat, told Reuters it would not comment on the matter and would neither confirm nor deny the authenticity of the document shared by X. The X service remains available to the people of Brazil. Earlier this year, Moraes ordered X to block certain accounts as he investigates so-called digital militias, accused of spreading fake news and hate messages during the government of far-right former President Jair Bolsonaro. Moraes opened an inquiry earlier this year into the billionaire after Musk said he would reactivate accounts on X that the judge had ordered blocked. Musk has called Moraes' decisions regarding X unconstitutional.
Priceless paintings by Monet, Cézanne, Van Gogh, and others were unharmed on Saturday after firefighters worked to douse a blaze that broke out on the roof of Somerset House, a large central London arts venue. Heavy smoke and flames seen coming from the top of the historic building around noon were knocked down by firefighters, who poured water on it from buckets on ladder trucks. An assistant commissioner of the London Fire Brigade said firefighters were working to extinguish the fire pockets of flames in the early evening and were expected to remain on the scene until Sunday.
The complex and technical response required the use of a 205-foot ladder to reach the flames, and fire breaks had to be created in the roof to limit the spread. Staff and the public were safe, and artworks were not in the area of the fire. The venue, located next to the River Thames, had been scheduled to host a breakdancing event to celebrate the sport's debut at the Paris Olympics, but it was cancelled. The cause of the fire is under investigation, and the gallery is scheduled to reopen on Sunday. The neoclassical building was reconstructed nearly 250 years ago after the original Somerset House was demolished due to neglect.
Southern African Development Community said on Saturday that about 68 million people in southern Africa are suffering the effects of an El Nino-induced drought, which has wiped out crops across the region. The drought, which started in early 2024, has hit crop and livestock production, causing food shortages and damaging the wider economies. Heads of state from the 16-nation SADC were meeting in Zimbabwe's capital, Harare, to discuss regional issues, including food security. SADC Executive Secretary said 17% of the region's population are in need of aid.
It is Southern Africa's worst drought in years, due to a combination of the naturally occurring El Niño and abnormal warming of the waters in the eastern Pacific that changes global weather patterns, and higher average temperatures caused by greenhouse gas emissions. Countries including Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Malawi have already declared the hunger crisis a state of disaster, while Lesotho and Namibia have called for humanitarian support. The region launched an appeal in May for $5.5 billion in humanitarian assistance to support the drought response, but donations have not been forthcoming. The drought is a major talking point at this year's summit, along with issues such as the ongoing conflict in eastern DR Congo.
A giant panda has given birth to Hong Kong's first set of twin cubs, making her the world's oldest first-time panda mother. According to Ocean Park, the theme park where the panda Ying resides, gave birth to one male and one female cub on Thursday. Ying and her partner Le have lived at the park since 2007. The twins were born one day before Ying turned 19, which is equivalent to 57 in human years. Her pregnancy, which was only confirmed on Sunday and had not been made public, spent more than 5 hours in labor.
The female cub was born first, weighing 122 grams, followed by the male cub more than an hour later at 112 grams. The park said the cubs are under 24-hour intensive care and will not make their public debut for a few months. The park also noted that the cubs are currently very fragile and need time to stabilize, especially the female cub, who has a lower body temperature, weaker cries, and lower food intake. Giant pandas are notoriously bad at reproducing, especially as they age, and panda pregnancies are difficult to detect. However, panda breeding programs have seen increasing success, and the bears have recently been upgraded from endangered to vulnerable.
The answer for yesterday was B, accelerate. The new regulations are expected to accelerate the transition to renewable energy sources. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of fire erupts at London's Somerset House. Number 1, douse. 浇灭,浸湿. The firefighter doused the flames with water to put out the fire. Number 2, extinguish. 扑灭,熄灭. The fire department managed to extinguish the blaze before it spread to nearby buildings. Number 3, demolish. 拆除,毁灭. The old building was demolished to make way for a new shopping center. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comments section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I'll see you next time.